Peter Falk, you had a thing with, is this a good time to bring that
sure.
up? Yeah. I don't know.
Peter, there was a period of my career in Los Angeles where I did what I spent a few years making what I call celebrity sausage. So it was, it was the junket. I was working for HBO at one point, for MTV, for VH1. There was a show called Flicks. It was a weekly half-hour movie show on VH1. The one Oscars I went to, we did packages on the winners, pulling all-nighters because it had to go out. Peter Falk was in a movie called Wings of Desire.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think it was, so maybe that was for Showtime or HBO or Turner Classic Movies. I don't know who, because I did things for all of them. And it wasn't hard-hitting journalism. It's you're part of the marketing publicity machine.
Yeah.
And my goal was always just to ask a question that would make an actor go, oh, nobody's asked me that before. Because, if you're sitting in a room, the way movie junkets work, as you know, but maybe not everybody knows, they book a whole floor of a fancy hotel, like the Four Seasons, and they have a setup like this in 6 different rooms, and they have 6 stars from the movie. And you, as a journalist, you come in and you sit down and you have 7 minutes, and then they give you clips from the movie, and then you build a story about the movie.
Yeah.
This was a little different because it was for Showtime or HBO, and they were not always running original movies. They were running old movies. And I guess they had Wings of Desire. So there was no 7 minutes. It was like I had an hour, 2 hours booked, and I didn't take all that much time. I talked to him for probably half an hour, 45 minutes. But he was so charming and really interesting and a performer. And I said, so how did this all happen, you and Wings of Desire? He goes, well, Wim Wenders calls me and he says, I got a part for you. And I go, yeah, I want to know all about it. He says, well, the only thing I know, and he's doing a German accent with his accent. He says to me, all I know is you're an ex-angel. He goes, wow. I said, where do you want me and when? And and he went to Berlin and he said, he did his scenes and he said to Wim, yeah, I'm going to hang around Berlin for a few days if you have anything more you want me to do. So Wenders wrote new material.
Wow.
Expanding his role in Wings of Desire. And, he's not the star of that movie, but he has a nice layer that adds some sort of depth and the magical realism, and he's drawing. And so, I don't know, and I was completely charmed by him. And it was a really nice opportunity. So despite me like coming up with a denigrating title like Celebrity Sausage, maybe that's a podcast. That could be a spin-off of Rental.
for the Empire, right?
It could be the British version, Sausage Roll, you just call it, right?